Hey guys, and welcome back for our 6th episode of our Pathfinder campaign. Okay, who's going to give us the recap?
I can do it again. In our last episode, we rescued the family from the vile bugbear and goblins that were keeping them captive. And then they were very happy. We gave them a bunch of money. Yep. Yeah, and then Caius lost a bet to Renoux as to whether or not we'd get any information out of one of the one goblin that we actually let live.
If we had 2 goblins, it would have worked.
But anyway, I kept poking it and beating it with a stick all the way back to town until we gave it back to the authorities, only to discover that some of the bugbears and goblins are worshipping some weird religion up into the mountains. Well, I discovered that. And then and then as we were going back to the tavern, Mordrax was accosted by a drunk in the town who threw a rock at him. And luckily everybody showed restraint, and the guy, after being beat up by the innkeeper, left, and we all went to sleep.
Okay, we're going to start the day with Mordrax and Devin arriving back at the tavern, and you guys beginning to stir.
And he just looks like a completely new guy. Oh
yes. Mordrax has a new piece now, and also everyone got to level in between games. So party's level 3 now. So Poppy, you wake up to Katja perched on the edge of the bed, kind of just sitting up like this, kind of snore, chirping, just.
That is so cute. I get up and make my bed and try not to disturb her and start running through cicadas like I do.
Okay, Caius, as you wake up, you notice your kobold friend did not come back to the room at the end of the night.
Is he drunk at the hallway? He's got to get up and put on some clothes and walk out into the hallway. No, not in the hallway. I think I can hear something, though. I'm going to start heading downstairs.
You see him just laying asleep at the bar. He has a woven blanket over his shoulder. A few people are in there. There's just a handful of people, and they're kind of sitting away from him, eating their breakfast, kind of occasionally looking up.
A little confused by him.
You see Mordrax and Devin are just coming in with bows over their back and
Is he sitting
carrying a large buck.
Is he sitting at the bar, or is he sitting at
He's at the bar.
Okay, I sit down next to him. I don't say anything, I'm just kind of wait, and I kind of nod to Devin as they enter.
I was like, oh look, Alex just passed out again. Who would have thought?
Devin takes the, assuming are you willing to help him take the buck into the back?
Sure.
He has a area in the back where it's just a stone area where it looks like he does his own butchering. And he sets it down and he starts getting it dressed.
Can I get a cider, please?
His wife looks over at you.
Just poured in 2 glasses, half and half. I take a sip of mine, and I'm just gonna waft it in front of Kaius like it's a smelling salts.
What is it?
Just the cider.
Oh.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic.
No, the alcoholic
Oh.
cider. The stuff the town is famous for.
Ah.
I just gotta hold it out of your reach until you get there. Uh-oh. Here you go. Maybe a water as well.
His Ivan's wife, who I don't think you've gotten the name for yet. She comes over behind him, cracks her knuckles, and gives you a hard swap on the back, and all the foam just comes up.
I probably walked back out
Thank
when
you.
we saw him going to. He was like an attempt to wake him
It's
up.
literally right in front of you.
And what did he say?
I probably was coming in about the time he really saw Nathan doing that.
Okay.
You feel better?
You don't have to yell.
I'm talking really lightly right now.
Okay.
Would you like an alchemist kindness?
I need a bathroom.
Well, you know where that is.
You could have.
I hope.
Am I still drunk, or am I just hungover?
No, you're hungover.
Okay. I can't make it.
What do you mean you can't make it?
You see her eyes get big.
Yeah.
I don't know what possessed my husband to let you sleep in here last night.
Ma'am, I'll get it. Don't worry about it.
No.
It's alright.
Let me.
Okay.
She takes the woven blanket off and kind of carries it like that, like at arm's reach, and sets it off on the side. And she starts taking a rag and begins cleaning.
Sorry.
Can I get a water? Looking to see if there's anyone else around. Or
She looks over and gives a nod, and you see her son come over quickly.
I drop something into the water, shake it around. Drink this.
Thank you.
Chug. Like, think of it like it's alcohol.
Oh, I can do that. Enhance water.
Okay, that's an alchemist kindness. It gets rid of a hangover.
Oh.
You feel that cloud in your head just start to recede.
Never leave home without alchemist kindness if you're drunk.
Renoux, you
think
start
I'm
to
drunk?
stir about this time.
You think I'm drunk or know that?
I gotta take my time getting up.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm still a little injured from yesterday. That's right.
Got the room to myself here. It looks like. Alright.
You see, everyone but Poppy got to have a room to herself.
Funny
last
because
night.
it was the exact opposite last time.
Exactly. Just like,
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta take my time getting up, then get dressed and eventually head
well,
downstairs.
me, room to myself.
The world is your room.
You got an
Exactly.
outdoors to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Morning.
Oh, hi. I imagine I see the mess down there still.
As Huxley walks in and just goes, "Hey, I see you need a moment," and he just turns around and walks back out.
See, you guys have already had some excitement before I got down here.
There's less of excitement, more of like
Yeah,
a
more
gutter.
about-
All the leaves in the gutter, you know that feeling whenever it just kind of out? Yeah, kind of like that.
I don't really know much about gutters and leaves and stuff, but
Yeah,
sure.
Sure, okay.
We'll
But-
go with that.
So how you doing, Caius?
I
Good?
give him an alchemist kindness. He
At
should
least
be
ba-
fine. I think he's just got an aversion to his
He's not drunk enough.
bile.
And Poppy, did you ever come downstairs?
No, I was running through my classes.
Oh, okay.
Tolerable. Just makes it tolerable.
And you, sir, need to drink less if it only makes it tolerable.
I'm sure he has his reasons.
Hmm.
You probably want to ask about them because we get mad at you.
You start hearing the sound of meat being seared in the back room.
That smells good.
No, it doesn't.
The smell of freshly seasoned venison begins to waft through.
I would give you another alchemist kindness, but I think it's mental at this point. Those are gold apiece as well.
Hmm. You have a lot less about to waste right now, don't you?
I know.
So,
It's like there's a hole in my pocket or something.
well, we'll see what we can do about sewing that up. I know
Me
a
and
guy.
my-
I know a guy.
Oh, okay.
Adam's
how
wife
much is
says, "At that, Miles did drop off something for you all this morning. I was waiting for everyone to be here, but if we're discussing gold, I guess now would be appropriate."
Oh, I mean, if you want to.
I'm always interested in discussing gold.
Well, she gets underneath the
Silvers are fine.
the bar and drops a large bag.
I'll,
Said you'd know what this was for.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least I hope so. Just open the bag a little bit.
There is. Where's my D?
Should have taken the trade to.
Should have been for the.
There it is.
If we're dealing with that drunk.
Against or something like that.
There's
Count it all out.
400 gold, 90 silver, and 90 copper in there.
We could take some time and divide that up for everybody whenever everyone's available.
Yep.
So,
Suppose we could use some of it to get that frog person some clothes.
you mean Katja?
Catch it. Yeah, that's right.
And she's a Gripply, I believe is what they call themselves.
Yeah, they're called grippets.
Haven't ever run across one of those before, so I didn't know.
Me either, but I've heard of them before. in passing.
You
at
can
least.
find them around certain swamps around here.
In the swamps, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how come they are about the rest of the world, but
You see Ivan come in
That's
from the
nice.
back and start dropping plates in front of each of you. He takes yours. It's venison with a sauce over it with morel mushrooms on it. It has a very robust smell to it.
Smells great. I'm gonna eat it a
Yep.
few spots down from
Yep.
cooks.
Same.
Question: did I have to
Going ditch.
end up sleeping in later than usual due to like the lateness that we got back and injuries and stuff?
No, not really.
Okay, so I could have had enough time to do like my full hour
Yeah.
devotional and not.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm probably about done by now then. Scotch is still asleep.
Yes.
Quick,
I feel
make loud noises next to
bad
her.
waking her up, but kind of gently try to.
She like dives with a big hop off the bed and ends up stuck like that on the wall, looking around frantically.
Sorry.
Sorry. Still not used to friendly hands.
Oh. Well, I think I smell breakfast being made if you're hungry. Okay. Let's go have some breakfast.
She strains up Huxley's pajamas.
And
As the slime
after
just goes.
breakfast, we'll get you some actual clothes.
Yes, too big.
Here. I take, like, my rope belt and just kind of help her kind of tie it so it actually works a little better.
Better.
Okay. Let's get that breakfast. So I kind of wince a little as I'm walking.
Katja follows you down. She's kind of pseudo bipedal. She'll sometimes walk up on her hind legs, but more often she'll kind of lean forward, and particularly when she's moving quickly, kind of move a mix with her hands and her legs. As the two of them come down the stairs.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Everyone's here.
Okay, I'll divide it. Jeez.
They
didn't
seem to
say
have a large bag of coins.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
I'll make sure to
Are they
buy
all
this
sitting at the bar?
properly evenly.
Okay. I'll hop up at the bar with you
Did you
guys.
look at Katya as well?
Idaman slides over a plate of venison and sauce and morels.
Thank you.
Double check my math here, because I don't have a calculator in front of me.
Why not?
And the American school system failed me.
Katja kind of pokes the sauced
divided by-
meat and kind of just after a sec just kind of picks it up like that. And she seems to not like the sauce because it's getting
Okay.
all over her hands.
So, guess we'll have to teach her about
Yeah.
silverware then.
Probably.
Okay.
It's absolutely fine.
It's just
Or napkins at least, I guess. I don't know.
Napkins, or I guess towels.
Whatever. Or at least just don't touch my stuff. That's fine too.
We'll clean up afterwards and we'll work on that as we go. But here's your cut. Here's your cut. Start handing out cuts.
Okay. How much is it?
It is 80 gold,
Okay.
18 silver, and 18 copper.
Okay. Where's your pencil?
I don't know what happened to my pencil.
Is this your pencil?
It could be.
It's probably your pencil.
See? Wasn't.
Got a bunch of thieves here.
I'm not a thief, I'm a magician, as I just proved.
Mm.
So, I think Huxley is waiting for us outside.
you see the door kind of crack open and
Oh,
he peeks in.
Huxley!
Oh, it's good to see you all. So is everyone ready?
Yes!
Yeah, we
Yes.
cleaned
Wait,
up the chair.
We had a bit of a false start this morning. Okay, I talked to Shadona about getting you guys something. It's not as much as the previous one, but coffers are what they are. And gives you guys another one of those short wooden boxes. And something from my personal library. And he pulls out of his satchel it's a wrapped with just plain brown paper, but it looks like a book.
A book.
Let me see.
Okay. All right, and I guess I'll divide
more
this up.
math.
Okay.
Oh.
I went to A class once.
It's another 1,500 gold.
If I could borrow one of those questions.
Well, there's
That one's relatively easy as well.
5.
Yeah, there's 5 of us.
No, there's 6 of us.
She has yet to participate. But we will make sure that she is well taken care of.
The title of the book is Tears of Flames.
I don't need that.
Okay.
Gonna flip through it a little.
300, right? Yeah.
It seems to be a story of about a female elf. Just kind of skimming through. Seems to be a warrior.
300
Yeah, 300.
gold or silver?
Gold.
Okay.
I think you can
It's,
sell this gold
it's an excellent
converted.
historical story from the Third Age. It's also a bit of a romance. But if you end up enjoying it, there's a shrine to the heroine not far from here.
I don't have any books anymore. So would you mind if I took?
Only if you let me read it after you're done with it.
Of course.
Only if I don't have to read it.
I'll read it to you as a bedtime story every night.
Oh, yay.
Bedtime
Yay.
story.
Bedtime story, yes.
Yes.
Oh, we want this back.
I do. I do.
What was it called?
Tears of Flames.
Doesn't seem like the sort of thing I'd be particularly interested in. So
Are there
I'm not
multiple
gonna-
volumes, or is this the only volume?
Oh, this is the only volume. It tells the story to completion.
Gotcha.
Are there pictures?
This version, no, but there are acquirable ones out there that do have art in them.
Is that more appealing to you?
Yeah.
I mean, pictures
Well,
are
isn't
good.
here it
Art,
is.
art is good. It helps expand. A picture's worth 1,000 words at least. Depending on the picture.
What if it's a picture of like 1,001 words?
So,
This Huxley kind of sits down between you guys and the Gripply and looks at her, kind of eating with her hands. Takes out his napkin. Picks up his fork and his knife and starts.
Bringing classy back.
Who said Huxley could join Amanda?
I'm like, this is a private party.
so is there anything else other than that one thing that you wanted us to look into left?
Not that I'm aware of. Something that we probably should talk about is we haven't had any nibbles at the bait. And we are under some pressure to conduct the execution fairly soon. There's a fair amount of outcry on this, and we do have the High Marshal coming in for the execution.
Do you want me to do an enhanced interrogation then?
At this point, I'm not sure that it would do any good, but if you would care to try, I would allow it.
I wouldn't care to try, but if you want me to, I will. I'm not really a fan of torture, but
From what you've said,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like that's very effective anyways.
We've tried everything we can think of, but we cannot get this guy to budge.
Is he resistant to magic?
I have not been able to crack him with any of my spells. He seems to be extremely willful, way more than I would have imagined of Buford. To both magical interrogation and just physical interrogation.
Try getting him drunk first.
He won't drink.
does he have any living family?
No, he was a foreigner.
Explains a lot. Not really.
Okay, well if you want me to, I could try. I've only done this a few times, but
If you would care to.
okay.
I'm not going to force your hand into doing anything you wouldn't want.
Well, if it can help people, then so be it. I should probably stop by the blacksmith first, then.
Okay, I need to go meet with Shadona. I'll let the guards know you'll be coming by, and I'll tell Calabash to give you anything you require.
Okay.
Oh, Huxley.
Yes.
Pull out the ribbon from the farmer. You never know anything about this?
Not offhand. Begins to examine it. Oh. Where did you get this? As I understand, these are gifts to captains.
We got it from the farmer that we helped yesterday.
Apparently it was his grandfather's, I believe.
I think that's what he said.
Well, Huxley pulls out his mace, and he wraps the ribbon around like where his hand meets it, and tightens it. Generally, this is how people secure them, but you know how sometimes you run into creatures that, well, are just resilient to whatever sort of weapon you're using? This helps mitigate that. It allows whatever weapon you have to strike deeply and truly.
Sounds like it'd be good for...
And he undoes it. Whatever weapon you have it attached to it ignores the first 5 levels of DR.
Sounds useful.
He tightly winds it back up.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, actually, since I mentioned ancient blacksmithing, I'll go up to Idaman. Hey, Idaman. You know any good bowyers here area?
Calabash does okay. I make a lot of my own, but they're nothing extraordinary.
Yeah, usually I do myself, but right now I'm trying to go for a stronger quality bow, and it's going to take too long for me to make it in the time frame I'm.
You might need to try with some of the traveling merchants and hope you get lucky. Or you can talk to Calabash, but he usually doesn't keep bows in stock. Usually you have to get something special ordered from him. Besides there, Waywind's Keep would be my first thought on a good bow.
Okay.
Also, if you can run into any of the barbarians, they make very nice bows as well.
Can I have some salt?
Oh, of course.
Just a bag of it.
Oh,
A small one would be fine. I don't look necessarily happy about the bag.
I don't feel very good about this.
I don't either. But if it saves someone's life, then so be it.
Do you have another option for us then?
Okay.
I mean, I'm not exactly interested in it myself, but
I'm gonna go collect some things from the blacksmith then.
Huxley stops you when you go by. Make sure you don't kill him.
I won't. It should be fairly hard to do. Why am I gonna do this? And just walk out towards the blacksmith shop, not looking super happy.
Okay. As he leaves, 2 men walk into the tavern. One is a tall, thin elf, pale-complected, a violin, case in one hand. He's wearing very dark, very ornate clothing. Next to him is a short human, very strong, well-built, very boxy built, and he has that little puppet stage that you had seen before over his back. And you see the same shield with your family's heraldry on it. And he comes in and he sets it down and slides it over, and they both order drinks. He orders Whatever ale the bartender recommends, and the elf asks for a very specific wine.
All the way down to the year.
If it's before the 1920s, I don't want it. If it's after the 1930s, you can throw it in the trash.
So, does anyone oppose to me making use of this ribbon? Seems like it could be useful to me.
Sure.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, you can go ahead and flip it over.
Cursed!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Huxley was just choosing to omit that part. Just,
The
for the
albatross
walls.
has been secured to your sword.
And that's for waking me up.
Trust you.
As you make your way to the hammer hand, you pass the gallows and you can see that they are taking down the goblin. Looks like they used it to test out the gallows this morning.
Gotcha. You know, just double checking it's sharp, I guess.
Yep.
Well, and the gallows is for a noose.
Oh yeah,
You don't
gotcha.
really need
Making sure it's sharp!
Sharp gallows.
they release it, the noose is
It's
like, oh yes, the noose is nice and sharp.
razor wire. That's how you do that,
It's a good news,
right? Yeah.
That's a very
I
good.
believe you may have been thinking guillotine.
Guillotine, I think is how it's pronounced, but yes. That is what I was thinking, not gallows.
Oh my gosh.
You know, gallows, guillotine, they're practically the same thing.
I really wonder if he knows really how to torture this guy.
I give him a manicure. Now you're gonna tell me.
It's like, what's good for...
Oh, I hate that sound.
It's like, what's good for those devices? Blunt! Okay.
As you arrive at the hammer hand, you see the dwarf there again, just working on various weapons. Come on in, browse around.
I look around for tools.
You see a wide variety of various tools. What
I'm looking-
specifically are you looking for?
Pliers.
You're finding pliers.
I pick up a pair of pliers. I'm looking around to see if there are any.
Huxley suddenly looks up at you guys. Did he already leave for the blacksmith?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to go and tell him that whatever he needs is on us.
Ah.
He pushes his plate away, halfway eaten, and quickly gets up, composes himself, and heads off.
Looking for.
I just pull it over to me.
Is there anything that is small and barbed, or
Small and barbed. Yes, there is a spindle. You're not really sure what it's used for, but it's about a rod about that long with lots of almost thorn-like barbs on it.
I just kind of sigh as I make my grocery list here and pick that up. I'm also looking for small bits of metal that are rather thin, almost like wire-like, but maybe with a higher tension on them, so they're not like bending.
You see, like, on the side of his work area, an area where he's just put a lot of the small metal shards.
Okay, well, I'll go grab some of those.
He looks at you odd when you grab him. If you got a purpose for him, I'll sell him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and what else do I need? Do you think you could prepare me a small, like, bucket of hot coals?
I don't see why not. Like now?
Here in a tiny bit, whenever we're done. Take your time on that. This is going to be a long day.
The hot irons!
You go to buy all this stuff, and he's like, so who are you torturing all? Who are you torturing all?
We're torturing him.
It's like, oh, the Torture 2000! Good bottle!
He looks over at the assortment of things. What sort of work you doing?
Dentistry.
It's like
Advanced dentistry.
I just feel like stuff from the city work.
City work.
City work.
On everyone.
Work for the city.
As Huxley comes in a little winded.
Oh, I figured you didn't have to rush. I figured I would be taking a little bit here. And
this writ is for him. He lays down a folded paper on the table. All right,
Do you have any splinters?
He looks like he takes out a piece of wood, just kind of sets it up, and takes his hammer. Just some of them go.
That'll do. I stick the little shrapnel bits into the coals in the bucket. Take the rest. Thanks. Just walk out, heading towards the camp, wherever.
The guard post.
Yeah, the guard post.
Okay. When you get there, one of the men looks out. Yes, Huxley said you'd be coming by. Follow me.
Yeah.
He takes you in and he moves back one of the rugs, and there's a trapdoor underneath. He pulls it up and he goes down into a cellar where they have him just kind of chained to the wall.
I remove all my weapons before I go down there.
His shirt is ripped open. His hair is no longer kind of pulled back. It's just down. He is clearly heavily bruised, lacerated, and all sorts of things. It looks like they've been trying pretty hard to get this guy to spill. He just looks at you and smiles.
I put all the stuff down and walk over to him. Are you willing to talk? I don't want to have to do this. Diplomacy.
Did you roll a 1?
No.
I was calling it while you
Not
roll.
like-
far off.
I don't want to do
Not
this.
too far.
Here's the pliers.
12 on diplomacy.
He says, "Sure, Caius. What would you like to talk about?"
Who are you working for?
I work for many people, mainly just traveling around doing whatever job people pay me for.
But I mean, the group that you're associated with.
Most recently, Brynjard's ale house.
You know what I mean.
Do I?
Since what does he?
Perhaps you can.
Maybe you do.
Maybe he forgot. 23.
He's coyly taunting you. Perhaps you can jog my memory.
I hope so. I go over with my bucket.
No need to
Okay,
require
I am going to say you get down to the grisly work that
Yeah.
you came here for.
Mm-hmm.
You use all the. Do you have any specific skill for this?
I mean, I have intimidate, I have diplomacy, I have disguise if I want to make him look different.
Do his hair.
Funny.
Let's
You look
see.
like a clown. No.
Sense motive, stealth to make him not scream so much, and bluff to give him sweet promises that I'll never keep.
It's like, here's some water.
Yeah,
Too slow.
After a long amount of enhanced interrogation, basically torture, you can make a singular intimidation roll, and let's see what you get.
I'm assuming this takes a while.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone for about an hour.
I'm gonna spend a hero point to get a +8 on this roll.
Poppy,
Does this
Poppy.
really feel like a thing you can spend
Look
a
what I
hero
can
point
do.
on?
Yeah, I think I might challenge you on that.
Look at it.
Keep your hero point, because you even say to yourself that your heart's not in it.
Okay. Doesn't mean I don't want to do a good job.
Yeah, but at the same time.
For intimidate, that's a 23.
23. You work him over hard.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you really catch is during some of his delusional mutterings during the most intense parts of the interrogation, where he almost seems to lose track of where he is. He'll mutter about the pick in the skull, and you'll hear that under his breath. But after all that work, that's the most you can get. And towards the end, he seems to have regained his focus.
I try to pull the whole trick of, whenever he starts regaining his consciousness, try to pull the whole trick of, it's interesting. The pick in the skull, you say.
If
I'm
you
glad
say
we-
so.
I'm glad we've had this conversation.
Anytime.
Give him a bluff check to try to hide the fact that he didn't tell me too much, but kind of lead on that he told me maybe too much. That's my bluff, that is a 22.
22. He cocks an eyebrow, but you're not really sure what.
I kind of nod. I apologize for what I've had to do.
Oh,
Though I'm sure you deserve a lot of it.
no problems at all. Come see me anytime.
Okay. I pick up my bucket and go throw it away.
When you get out, one of the guards approached you. Did you get anything out of him?
Something about the pick in the skull is something he was muttering about.
The skull.
Pick in the skull. Any iconography, maybe? Maybe I should talk to Huxley about that, see if he knows anything.
When you pass by Huxley, let him know.
Okay.
He might know something about that. It's
All
not
right.
ringing a bell to me.
Okay. I'm gonna go wash off.
Okay, during that time, those of you at the tavern, do you do anything?
After about
No,
20
God.
minutes, I just go to the chapel. I need some.
Well,
Oh yeah, I didn't get healed this morning.
I need some time and some
Got
healing,
distracted.
but I need.
Spend some time in spiritual repose, and Miles will also heal you. You'll be at full by the time you leave.
I guess
I need to think about some things.
I guess I'll head over to those guys that came in after he left.
Which one do you slide in next to?
You said there was like an elf and what was the other guy?
A short, boxy human.
Just generally speaking, do I get the impression that the elf looks like he's in charge?
No, actually, like, since you've been able to watch them for a little bit, although their personalities are very polarized, they seem to be very, very close.
Okay. Basically try to sit more or less equally between them.
They're sitting pretty close to each other, unless you're gonna kind of.
Oh, they're not just...
Yeah.
Can I sit just across from them?
No, they're at the bar. They're just
they're
at the far
bar,
end.
So we're not sitting at the right table. Then... I guess I'm not going to sit down next to them. I'm just going to kind of stand behind them at first.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
The two of them turn around.
I point to my family's... Is it a crest that's on there?
Yep.
Point to that.
Oh, it's the symbol on the shield.
Okay.
Your heraldry is on the shield.
Sure. How much do you guys know about this family in the area?
The human speaks first. Fair bit.
Anything you can tell me?
This is, as he pops the shield, the personal shield carried by Marius Albert.
All right. What can you tell me about him?
Well, have you heard the story yet?
Heard a bit. Heard there was something of a problem.
I cannot tell you more than, as he quickly, with a flourish, pulls out one of his puppets of...
This is awesome!
This is what I was dreading.
It's one of the ones on multiple sticks. And his as he moves him up and down, his arms flail like that, his legs kick out.
Oh my gosh, this is the best
Nothing more
day
than
ever!
this little man could tell you.
Is
As he
it
shakes
music?
him, his head goes,
I kind of sigh a little bit. And what does he have to say?
Is there music?
there is, the elf goes, but you'll have to come to our show to see it.
Here's 2
Also,
gold.
thank you.
Here's 2 gold.
Thank you very much. I will reserve seating
3
for
gold.
you. Thank you very much. I will
There's
make
5
sure
more
you
gold.
get the
Please play music while he does it.
I will. At this point, the human next to me goes, no, that's too much. He slides the rest back. I'll make sure you have excellent seating when the show begins.
Dang it. I'm so bad with money.
As
Maybe this is why you're a beggar.
slides it into his sleeve. But I'm not really here for a show this morning. Also, I'm still kind of working on that one altogether. But what do you want to know about it?
Do you know where the family is, like, just in general, is located around here?
It wasn't especially important to the story. I know the family still holds some standing. I know they have some influence in Waywinds.
The way wins.
Do you have any idea how much truth there actually is to the story, or if it's just more for the
Oh,
story?
I originally picked up the story in the area of the Badger Shores, and I've been traveling south since then. I've heard some different sides to it, particularly now that I'm down here in Southrim. If it's true or not, I'm not really sure. It's a narrative legend at this point. And a fairly popular one. I'm still working on my angle, smoothing it out. But it's become fairly popular. It's important to have negative and positive narratives.
I suppose that's true. Is there any way that you might be interested in some alterations to the story that make it carry a bit more of a positive light, though?
Sir, I know you don't know me. And I can see that this is important to you. But without some sort of reason, I don't care to tinker with the core of a story. It's not really my way, but if you can best me in a feat, I will hear you out.
Best you in a feat.
Feat of strength, speed, or athleticism. I am myself a cleric of Kyrgyz.
Does it have to be strength, speed, or athleticism?
Wait, knowledge, religion.
Yeah, go ahead. If you can come up with a context of sportsmanship, I would be interested in it.
13.
13. You know what little you know of Kyrgyz is that he's one of the gods that was a human. He was a famous athlete. Somehow died. He somehow died saving a bunch of other fellow athletes and somehow ascended to godhood. You skimmed this story a long time ago, and you don't really remember very much of it. Probably the easiest way would be an arm wrestling match.
Not much for arm wrestling. It lacks subtlety, but...
Okay.
Strength, speed, or athleticism. Generally in a non-combat sort of contest, I prefer things more like cards or dice, something along those lines.
Well, that won't get you far enough with me.
Try pick a number.
I don't think that pick a number satisfies its conditions either.
They can quickly guess the number.
I don't think that would qualify either. Yeah. Good. Do you have a preference?
Well, my
Besides
favorite is arm wrestling. Okay.
It's too simple.
Jumping contest.
Jumping contest. Who can jump the farthest or highest or something like that?
We could do that, or if the bartender here would oblige us, we could jump from his rooftop. We can either do from rooftop to rooftop, or we can just see who can get the farthest from there.
You never know. Jump off the roof.
Yeah,
Do it. Let it go. No.
If we're not going to do it, if we're not going to do it the quick way, which is arm wrestling, I want to do it the most exciting way, which at this moment is jumping off the roof.
So, don't be boring.
You see Ivan just go.
I don't think we're jumping off of Adam's roof.
Challenge you to a counting contest. Speed. Just jump to that number.
I think that's the wrong kind of speed. What about some kind of combat? Sparring, perhaps?
No, I prefer more athletic endeavors. I mean, this
Fairly
is me
athletic.
giving you a fair shot.
Call him a chicken. Call him a chicken.
I'm not calling him
Come
a
on.
chicken.
Call it your daring do.
Oh,
I got one. You know that cliff that overlooks the ocean?
no. I imagine I could find it, though. I don't think knowing where it is particularly relevant to whatever you're going to suggest.
The one that overlooks the docks. Diving contest. Most flips
Most flips.
before you hit the water.
Alright.
His face
No,
lights
it's a-
up in the fact that you accepted this. Really?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Let's do it, everyone! Everyone! As he's
Now
just
we need a judge.
rousing like all the people in the bar. Ivan and his wife, and he gets them like everyone there wrapped up very quickly. Ivan and his wife just kind of look in awe as all their customers walk out the door.
I look back at him.
What?
I just start running out screaming, "Hey guys! A bunch of guys are gonna jump off a cliff! You guys gotta come see
As you
this!"
guys are going out, you see Idaven's son pull on his apron. Please, I'd really like to go and see it. He says, fine, we're not busy here. And he says Sherry will take you.
Oh, man.
And you see his wife walk out with him. And he seems to be just drawing a crowd as he walks through town.
Oh my god.
His elven friend seems to be playing a jaunty tune on his violin to just kind of assist with him.
This is the best day ever!
And part of the way through your interrogation, you hear some sort of parade going on outside.
It's a nice counterpoint to what you're doing.
Okay.
Point and counterpoint.
Hold still.
Oh man. If you die, can I have your puppets?
No.
Dang it! Wait, you're not jumping off with the puppets, are you?
No. When you guys do you remember when you first got there, there's the dock and then that long staircase up.
Mm-hmm.
He basically goes to the top of the overlook. He takes off his clothes to just going down to one of those like old style striped sort of bathing suits that kind of looks like old fashioned underwear too.
Oh man, okay.
Now, question: who's going to be the judge for this contest?
I think there's a big enough crowd.
I do significantly disrobe myself, but I'm not wearing nonsense like that.
He
Normal
says,
underclothes.
I can count. Sure, I'll do it. He starts doing calisthenics, like old fashioned ones.
I start trying to get a
Steak and eggs and steak and eggs. That's what
I
you
just
should.
go to the edge and kind of look over and kind of gauge the distance.
Oh, it is quite a drop.
Wait, alright, can I start trying to get the crowd to do a chant going, jump!
That's one way to
Jump!
restore some honor to your
Yes.
family's bravery.
Diplomacy?
Yeah.
The diplomacy
Maybe tells
or
him-
Yeah,
you
the
rather
diplomacy
than
will be
them.
fine.
20.
Yeah, like they are wrapped up.
Jump!
I'll use a
jump,
little bit of this time
jump.
to start working on more of my arrows.
So you're just fletching.
Yep.
The elf walks up. So what's
Because
your
it takes
name?
about a week for them to be complete. So.
My name is Renoux.
Okay.
Jean-Louis Renoux.
Would you care to
Albert.
jump first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay, everyone. First up, we have the valiant Renoux, ready to take his daring leap from the cliff. Renoux? To your place, please.
This sounds
Are you
like a
ready?
town for your-
I suppose so.
As he strikes a sharp note of doom.
I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to use Daring Do to get a bonus to this acrobatics. I assume this is an acrobatics roll.
Mm-hmm.
To get a bonus to that of a,
Now, obviously, it's climb.
of a D6. Well, I'll get a bonus to that from that too.
There.
But to get a bonus to that equal to whatever I roll on a D6. And I'm also going to use a hero point. So it seems closer to something for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it, was it +4 on that?
+8.
+8.
If you add it before you do the roll.
Okay.
Plus
I'm
4 if
gonna
you
do
do
it before
Yeah.
the roll. So here's from the Daring Do.
Oh, another 6.
So, no, now it's 6. As soon as a 6, I got to reroll again. But so I currently have a +13 to this.
Now roll your dice.
Hopefully my dice will also be kind to me here.
And one.
Yeah, I got a 13 and a 13, so pretty good.
What's yours all together?
That would be
26.
Okay. As he falls, he manages to do 5 flips and almost another one before he strikes the water. You strike kind of hard and you get the wind kicked out of you, but you fight your way back up to the surface. And next, my dear friend, the most courageous, Jafar. As he immediately takes a run and then a leaping dive off the edge.
Question. Is it possible for me to use Mage Hand to try to give him a wedgie right before it goes off?
Yes.
Okay. try to catch him off guard.
Do you do so?
Oh yeah.
Okay, this has got my back.
Yep.
You swirl your magic around, stretch it out, you feel it make contact
Well,
with his underwear.
As long as it's not magic underwear.
You
I need
grip
to
it,
prove or
you
disapprove.
give it a hard pull, he kind of goes, whoop! As it makes a jump. Let's see how this affects him. As he falls, he only gets 4. And he barely gets that fourth as he strikes the water. He comes back up.
You see,
Okay, my friend, I'll hear you out. You have bested me. Assuming you
fun
can make it
anyways.
back to shore.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine.
see, now he forgot the old adage. You're not supposed to play with. You're supposed to wait 30 minutes after playing with puppets to swim.
Yeah.
I actually forgot something. I forgot to add in my skill modifier.
Oh,
So it was actually 8 more than that.
26,
so you did very well.
So it was
30
34.
yeah, 34.
It was actually 34.
Yeah, his natural roll was like a 5, even though he has a really good bonus to it.
Yeah.
An astounding feat.
Yeah,
The
so
crowd. Okay, you guys make your way.
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
assuming
Matt.
back to the tavern.
dry
And
off a bit.
yeah, dry off, get dressed, and Joffer gets a table out and 2 chairs. He's just sitting there like that.
All right. So
As I continue my fletching.
Did you even go?
I just fletched. So yeah, there we go. Because the thing is, the craft things take about a week, so I'm just
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Taking every opportunity.
so
Yep.
So I said I'd hear you out.
my name is Jean-Louis Renoux Albert.
Yeah, you had the look that's
face.
described in the stories.
I wasn't there firsthand, so I don't know, but I get the impression that not all the aspects of this story are correct. This doesn't sound like him, from what I know.
And were you? I'm assuming you were close.
Close enough to know that it doesn't seem right.
Okay.
I don't think that he's a coward. I would like to see my family shown in a better light.
I really thought you would have a better argument for this. Like, is it like what would you want me to change about the story?
The last name.
Clearly.
Oh, that doesn't really work.
Just
Well, I'm not much of a writer myself, so
Well, that's okay, I
stories is
am,
not
so-
particularly good.
You guide me and I'll make it work if I can without it destroying the story.
I guess give me just sort of a quick rundown of the story, and I'll see what sounds like it could be altered.
The quickest version, he was a captain at Waywind's Keep. That at the Battle of Skull Pass, that he led his men into a charge that was ill-recommended for the purpose of gaining vainglory. The charge had failed, his people were slaughtered, and he ran instead of dying with his men. And that his name will be remembered and besmirched forever. I can drop that last part. It doesn't have to be forever. I can say for decades. That's a far shorter time. I can even like let's leave it vague on how long you'll be remembered as a coward. Just no, not sufficing.
I feel like that may not be sufficient now.
Can you bring me some evidence that the story's off? I can tell this one for a while.
I am intending to look into it, but we only very recently arrived here, and we've been working on some things for the town so far. But it is one of my plans to go look into it.
Okay, you bested me, and not by a little. You did a solid, good job.
Thank you.
What I'll do is I will not perform it. I will refuse for, what would you say, a week?
A week, and then
No, they are not on. We have not moved for quite some time. Okay, guys, we're going to take a short intermission because I'm just now realizing that, we're not moving on the cameras.
We're in podcast mode.
Yay.
We'll adjust
Awesome.
that. We're off the airplane now. We can go back onto.
Okay, guys, we're back from the technical difficulty, and we're going to pick up at... So, how about I hold off for, say, a week? Would that suffice?
how about a week, and then another week where you're unclear about how long his cowardice will be remembered.
Fair. He reaches over to shake your hand.
I shake his hand.
That was a good jump.
Thank you.
Was there anything else you need?
Probably not right now.
Darn, I would like a rematch. Another time then.
Perhaps.
And he goes back over with his friend by the bar. About that time, you walk back in and Poppy walks back in. You come into the bar in mid-revel. Clearly you have missed something exciting.
My hair is probably still wet.
I'm
What?
guessing you went to.
Yeah, I went to the temple afterwards in order to cleanse myself in some way.
Okay, then you guys can be coming back together.
Was he willing to heal me as well?
Miles? Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I was okay. I was a little wounded still. Okay, then head back in.
You walk in, there's clearly the revelate, and there I am in the corner making arrows.
Still in the corner.
Idavin's like busy serving drinks.
So what's everyone excited about?
Competition.
Competition? What kind of competition?
Renoux jumped off a cliff. It was awesome.
Wait, you jumped off a cliff?
That was for my family's honor.
Oh, that
Fair
makes
enough.
sense.
Fair enough.
And it was quite the jump.
Hey!
How many flips did I do? Like 15 or something?
I thought it was 20.
I don't know.
I did. I thought it was
It's hard
20.
to count while I was flipping.
Yeah, it's pretty disorienting.
That was the contest, is how many flips.
Oh, into the water. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not into the rocks below, no.
that makes sense.
Be a much harder contest.
Yeah.
Would be a much more difficult contest and much more impressive.
Well, I suppose so.
I mean, if you guys want to have a rematch, I mean, maybe up
Country
the stakes a
goes, I
little bit.
could have beat.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know.
Apparently she's really good at flipping.
Wait, maybe he wants a rematch. Maybe she should challenge him, and if she wins, he has to tell the story of how you're amazing and beat him in the contest.
Gotcha, do you know much about
No, we
your
don't gotcha.
home? Anything that might set it apart? If we wanted to help you try to find your home again. Assuming you want to find home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is there anything in particular?
Dense, boggy pines, think you call? Trees that go like...
I think I get that. Look at you.
Swamp. I'm like,
Knowledge, yeah.
You can go ahead, but that's still not a lot of detail to go off of.
Someone who knows nature.
Doesn't really sound like pines to me.
Maybe willows?
That sounds
Like a
more
swamp.
like a swampy kind of thing, yes. I don't generally think pines and
18.
swamp at the same time.
18, you don't know of any swamps that have pine trees in them. You think that she might be talking about the surrounding area. Which the area that's most of the swamps inland have lots of forests nearby that are pine trees. But that's a really large area.
Yeah.
Well, I
That
assure
narrows it down a little bit.
Well, I assure you, we have no idea where you're from, but if you do want to travel with us, if we will be going through a lot of different places, you might be able to find your home.
Not know anyone else.
That sounds about right. So we should probably get you new clothing,
Mm-hmm.
and then work on what he wants. I didn't get much information. I need to find Huxley. Huxley, is he around here, actually?
No, you don't see Huxley around here.
Okay, let's go find Huxley. I have some information. Do you happen to know anything about a skull and pick?
Go ahead and roll
knowledge, religion, local.
knowledge religion.
Clearly, we should call ourselves the Harassers of Huxley.
The Harassers of Huxley. Does sound like a interesting band name.
24.
I got 16.
You've not heard of it. Calyx, this is ringing a bell with you. You don't remember the name of the god, but you do remember the strange story associated with him. That supposedly this god was the very first mortal to ever die an accidental and meaningless death, and became an evil god of nihilism and meaningless death and accidents and things along those lines. which now that you're thinking about a lot of the stuff associated with Buford,
It's starting to make sense.
and a big
now.
thing with their followers is they try to convince people that life is meaningless. That bad things just happen to people, there's no reason behind it, it can happen to anyone at any moment.
So that's ringing a bell? Share that.
Yeah, I started showing. It's like, that makes kind of more sense.
Oh, we should find Huxley.
He's a follower of a god of nihilism.
Hmm. Okay.
That must be exhausting.
Where would we find Huxley this time of day?
Who are you looking at?
I'm looking at the bartender.
Edvin goes, I'm not really sure. I don't really ever see him at this time of day. He perhaps at his place reading, or
Out with the
maybe
mayor.
with Shadona?
That might make sense.
Oh man. No. And that's why another torture's working on him because he doesn't care.
I don't know what you're talking about. I get up and walk out.
Oh,
kind of like,
man.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Maybe don't say that word so
Sorry.
loud.
Sorry, I'm sorry. The asking very nice, extremely
Shut-
nicely is not.
shut-
I'm sorry.
No.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Look around for Huxley outside and like,
You don't see him outside.
has anyone seen Huxley?
So some of the merchants walking by kind of just look at you, but no one responds.
I start heading out where he is as well.
Yeah.
And we all go together
let's
and see
all
if we can
go.
find him at his
Oh, that
place.
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I was waiting for you guys out here.
Yeah. Because I have an idea. Oh, okay.
Start heading towards Huxley's estate.
You actually make a perception just in case you guys are having a bad day.
That's a whole lot. 6.
7.
12.
Okay, you only need a DC 10, so.
Nope.
Okay.
17.
The clouds are really pretty today.
These people are too tall.
Those of you guys who do make the DC 10, you do see him on the balcony of one of the nicer houses, sitting with a woman in the iridescent green dress with a peacock on her shoulder, and they seem to be looking over some papers and discussing something.
Oh, he's with the mayor.
Well, let's head over that way.
Let's just
Or-
yell at him from below.
Do you want to give him a moment to wrap that up, and we'll go take care of stuff real quick?
Do you think the
Either way is
Huxley's,
fine.
Do you think Huxley's trying to date the mayor?
I think perhaps they are both very important and influential people that need to discuss matters occasionally.
That are
Although-
together a lot?
although
On a
let's not
balcony?
I just gotta whisper to you. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I do too.
Anyways, perhaps we can get clothing while we're waiting for them. I mean, sensitive information might be important, and she might want to know too.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you guys think?
I think that
care.
I think Huxley gave the mayor the peacock as a gift. That's what
Okay.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start
Okay.
making up wild rumors.
Well, I'm gonna say no because he didn't know whether or not it was familiar. So I
Oh,
go
that's a good point.
over to him, kind of over towards the balcony. Down here.
Oh, give me one moment. He gets up and gives a proper bow.
I give a nod to her. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, it's certainly no problem at all. And you are Caius, correct?
Correct.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to us speaking more formally at some
Yes.
point. And she goes back to the paperwork as Huxley quickly makes his way down the stairs. As he comes out the front door.
Turns out he did the banisters.
So the only thing I got out of him was he was muttering something about the skull and pick.
You huddle in a little
Okay.
bit. Okay.
All right, huddle up, huddle up.
So,
The skull and pick.
the skull and pick.
And as Calix here could explain,
He's a follower of a path of a church deity of like nihilism.
about the god of misfortune,
Yeah.
things that can just happen in life. Apparently,
Meaningless death and accidents.
yes,
That
Explains
makes
so
sense
much.
with what he was doing.
yes.
Do you know the name of this god?
Can't remember. I wasn't very good.
Two drunk at a time.
I'll begin looking into it immediately.
The additional information. Can I make another check?
Nah.
I have an idea.
At least you tried.
Like if he doesn't like see any purpose in that, what if we gave him a purpose? Like he's some sort of like threatened with like he's some sort of massive example of what not to do, and like have little children do tours of say this isn't what you should do to not end up like him.
Well, High Marshal Gruber is going to be arriving tomorrow morning.
Okay, we don't have time for that plan. Never
And-
mind.
He is
Okay.
expecting this criminal to hang from our gallows.
Well, that sounds like the norm. But
But we have a lead now. Do you know, do these people normally function in groups, or are they isolative? Do you happen to know? No, you're not sure.
Not sure. Not sure.
You know it's not a real widespread religion.
They're nihilists. They believe in nothing.
I mean, they believe in something.
No.
I'll begin poring over the books.
Yeah.
They believe in a vague nothing.
Perhaps Miles would know.
Perhaps. We also do have those abbots in town. Why don't you let me go ahead and handle this, and you guys can focus on whatever you guys are currently working on.
Good.
Getting clothes
Yeah,
for our friend
yeah.
here, and then helping you with your problem.
Oh, you're going to go look into that stele for me?
I mean,
Is that the problem you're talking about?
I mean, that's the last thing on our list, is it not?
I don't think there's any other. Well, I mean, there's also. I mean, as far as like more or less immediately in town, it is yes. But there's also the missing dwarves out in Founder's Pass.
In truth, I'm starting to wonder, with all the other bizarre accidents, and some of them seem like it really did require multiple people to do, if perhaps they had something to do with the dwarves going missing.
Well, that would be something to look into relating to that. Then.
I'm glad you
Could be
brought it up
possible.
because I was going to see if perhaps you'd look into it.
How far away are they?
It would be at least 2 days travel, if not more.
Well, it definitely sounds like that might be more pressing. We could go into that.
Yeah.
If you do go, I highly recommend leaving early in the morning.
Don't want to be out there at nighttime?
I've been helping them deal with a problem they've been having. I don't have first-hand information on it.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of creature that's been prowling that area and trying to prey on the halflings that have formed a village out there.
Well, I don't think the darkness hinders most of us, but we will take your advice on that.
It only seems to attack at night, and I kind of had to just come up with a stopgap measure. I just mixed a lot of the different herbs that keep bad things away, and had them coat the torches that go along the paths and burn those at night. I'll probably actually have you guys go with a new supply of herbs for them.
Sounds like a good plan.
You know, but I can't tell you what it is because
These-
I just put about everything I could think of in there and hope
Right.
that it was one of those things.
Is the Black Pass near Founder's Pass?
It's beyond Founder's Pass.
Okay, beyond Founder's Pass. Okay. I had something about that.
Unfortunately, Founder's Pass I simply can't tell you very much about at all. I know a little bit, but
Is that the same direction toward Wayland's Keep?
no, it's the opposite direction.
Opposite direction. Okay.
Founder's Pass, if you take it all the way through, it'll take you into the Vermwood.
Okay.
And beyond that, the barbarian provinces.
Okay. Well, I'm all about going into the pass. Try to figure it out.
We'll have to get travel supplies together and everything.
Yes. Like clothes for Katja, and then rations,
Yeah.
and maybe some sort of animal to carry our things. Maybe.
Maybe.
Right, cart.
Yep.
I'm not moving another cart by myself though.
That's probably why we would get the
That's
animal.
why
as well,
the animal,
yes.
If you can make it to Bristolberry Bin, though, you can acquire animals there for very cheap.
Is that on the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then we'll
Actually,
go
it's the only thing that direction. Almost
Yeah.
no one uses Founder's Pass.
I believe Bristolberry Bin was the area that we mentioned before about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't imagine you will have enough to need a cart yet.
no, I don't. I also don't think a cart really would be a good
Yeah.
idea going into a mountainous pass.
Just a pack animal, that's fine.
Yeah.
We can
I
do a
get
little
that.
bit of hoof walking and whatnot. Okay. Well,
So
we'll get
carry
prepared
too
for
much
that.
Stuff.
And since you're going to be here in the morning, would you care to be extra security during the hanging? Make sure there's no last minute daring rescue.
Or misfortunes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm okay with being
Seems
okay.
good.
Okay, well, thank you guys very much. I need to get back. There are preparations to be made. The High Marshal is actually over this whole province, the province of South Rim, so we don't host him all that often.
Well,
So,
it'll be interesting to see him.
I mean, he may be someone that you'd wish to speak with.
Might be able to get some answers.
And he lives out of Waywind's Keep.
Probably someone I'd like to talk to then.
Yeah.
He's very approachable. But and he heads back inside and quickly you can hear him kind of scurrying up the stairs on his little cat feet. As he pops back up, gives a flourished bow, and then immediately gets back to work.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely does.
I'm telling you.
Obviously.
It's a thing.
Well, he's also, even if that's not true, he's a very proper person in most situations.
Yeah, but it's funnier to say
no,
this.
no.
And if he's not, we should just start
Okay.
sending presents to her.
Like, in his
from
name.
him.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. But let's go get some clothes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you? May I ask?
Old enough?
It's a good answer.
That is an interesting answer. I'm just
Old
curious.
enough for what?
Apparently to travel out by herself. Somewhat.
Well, I mean, she's not by herself.
Well, I was for a while there.
Traveling by yourself can be boring. And dangerous.
Especially when you have no idea where you're going or what you're doing.
Do you know where you're at now?
I agree.
Yes, I know. I'm not the drunk here.
I'm just making sure.
Calyx.
He's a little too drunk.
Calyx.
Oh, okay.
Do you know where you're at right now?
I know exactly where I'm at.
All right, well,
Yeah.
let's go see if anyone has clothing that...
Okay. As you guys make your way through town, you find an area that has textiles and cloths, and there's a dress store in that area.
Well, okay.
We could also go to Pretty Little Things and see if she's got her map ready for us.
We could send Poppy in there in order to get our map.
Yeah. Maybe there's some pretty little things in there for her.
As you guys start to head towards, I'm assuming, the clothing shop.
Yes.
Kasha stops at one of the merchant caravans that's out front just with raw bolts of cloth and starts feeling through the cloths.
That works.
The human that runs the caravan kind of comes up.
She's checking to see. I think she's interested in maybe something.
Oh, okay. She goes through and she seems to be testing the tensile strength of the cloths. And she eventually comes to a blue silk.
Good thing I do have a...
And she
Good thing
pulls
I have
out
needles.
she measures out kind of 2 lengths of cloth.
How much?
He looks at it, counts it up. 7 gold.
Okay, I got it.
And it does seem to be like high quality silk.
Wow.
I got my
Okay.
pencil.
Kasha likes the nice things.
I know.
Yeah.
mean,
I don't blame her.
It doesn't seem like she was really drawn to it for its nice. She just picked the most sturdy.
It's sturdy. It's soft.
It's
It has
soft.
good quality. Silk is great.
It feels good against her skin.
She gets underneath the large shirt, and she seems to wrap it around her chest, cross through there, back up over and tie it in the front, and do something similar, making a new loincloth underneath. And it looks like her clothes are just like simple lengths of cloth that just kind of wrap around the body and tie off.
Well, okay.
Easy enough.
That was easy.
Yeah.
She takes off the old night shirt and hands it to the man as if it's some sort of payment to him.
It's like put my coin purse back out.
Okay.
I'm sure Huxley might give you something if you can get that cleaned for him, but I don't think he wants it back. And
Well,
frogs.
grip, please.
Anyways, do you have anything that might... I guess you probably just have solid bolts, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll look in one of the stores when I need to get some new clothing too, to kind of point at some of the holes in some of my stuff. I've been traveling for a while.
If
Well-
you have time to wait for that, I can work on something for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay.
after all, I got sewing needle. It can help.
We'll just put that down for now. Had enough of sharp objects for the day. Anyways, yeah, we could do that. I guess we'll need some fabric though.
You notice that there are a
Oh,
fair
no.
amount of people going in and out of the clothing shop, many of them coming out with nice black clothing.
Hmm. So this guy has silk on his bolts though, right?
Yes, he does have silk.
Any red?
Yes, there are fine stains of crimson, burgundy, just regular reds, and then many other variants. It looks like this guy specializes in bolts. He doesn't have a huge amount of any specific color or type, but he has lots of variety.
I'll take 3 yards. Make that 4 yards of this red. And I go for a bright.
4
red.
gold.
4 gold. Okay.
And it's the silk that you wanted?
Yes.
Okay. He takes it and he cuts it for you. It seems to be a very high quality silk.
Makes me wonder what she got.
Oh, the same. She just took a much longer length.
Okay, and
know, she
do
needed
you
to
have
cover
anything
her
that might be
entire
good for
body.
trimming?
Let me see what you look like. He starts examining, he's trying to
think
get
of person in
an
general.
idea of your style.
My clothing is actually a performance clothing that has been somewhat tattered a bit, but
Do you tend towards the darker colors or the brighter colors?
brighter colors.
I have a nice silver edging.
Do you have gold?
I do have gold.
I would like gold.
Okay. He shows you some gold edging, and he says if this isn't to your quality, he pulls out a much smaller amount, and it looks like it's actually inlaid gold.
I don't need that. I will be fighting in it.
Well,
How much for this? Just for the
the
basic-
whole spool.
I work with you to kind of guess how much we might need for trimming and such, and get an idea.
It depends on how much trimming and detailing you want.
Well, at least the sleeves, the area down at the bottom, around the neck.
So I would say at least 4 yards worth.
You're 5 yards.
Okay. 5 silver.
5 silver? Okay, that's not a problem. Okay.
Should find out how much it was for just the real gold stuff.
How much is it for the real gold stuff?
Gold and a half for a yard.
Gold and a half for a yard. That's interesting. I'm not going to do it. I don't need that. I just need to look fancy. I don't need it. I could have it, but I don't
But
need
if
it.
you ever get in a bond at that point, you can just.
Sell it off? No. I don't need it. I don't need to make my clothes
Just
more valuable for
ripping
card
off your
games.
stuff on your clothes. There you go.
You would also be a very valuable corpse.
Yes, I would be. You don't want to be a valuable corpse. Okay. Well, we have that,
We're
and
already fairly valuable corpses at the moment.
yeah, kind of. So yes, thank you very much for your patronage. I'll give my patronage to your shop.
I understood what you meant.
Sorry, old bits popping up every now and then, just old phrases and such with transactions. Sorry. Okay. We're good.
And if you know of anyone else who's willing to buy this, please direct to him. I'm trying to empty out as much as I can.
And what's your name? Insert name here.
Hans.
Hans, it's a pleasure to meet you, Hans. I will let them know. Okay. We have our clothing now.
Kind of.
I have
You
clothing.
Have, you have your
it's
eventual clothing.
it's deconstructed
Some-
clothing,
Yeah,
or
we
not
have
yet
clothes that's-
not yet constructed clothing.
It's fabric. You have fabric.
You can call it fabric if you want to. Okay, it's fabric. But it could be worn as clothing. I point to Gotcha.
I'm assuming she gave my belt back.
Yes.
Okay. Put that back on.
She kept the belts.
By the way, for any of you who are unfamiliar, the belt that goes with this outfit I seem to be wearing is strangely long.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
So, what are we doing now?
Pretty little things.
and see if she has that
The
stuff
map
ready for us.
and stuff.
So do you want me to go in?
I'm willing to face her. She's a terrible foe in many ways, but one cannot call themselves a man and not be willing to face their adversaries. Or those after
That's
them.
true.
I suppose.
Go to Pretty Little Things.
Okay.
Anyways,
You
one
enter.
friend of
You
mine.
enter into the store. Sorry, I got a bit of frog in my throat.
Gotcha, no!
Oh no!
As you walk in, she pops up behind the desk. Hey, odd stuff. What blows you back through my door? It seems to be just directing it at all three of you.
Ah,
Just kind of fishing for the response.
A map.
Okay, yes, I found a few maps for you.
Okay, great.
So, is it supposed to lead you to any place specific?
Can I see the maps, please?
Wow. Okay.
She pulls out, the first one seems to be a wooden frame where you slide in the map on wooden slats. She sets that one up. She has a very ornate scroll in a scroll case. Sets that one up there. She has another one that's framed. She sets that one up there. And she pulls out one that's one of those double-ended scrolls.
I'm immediately drawn to the ornate one.
Moves the other ones aside.
Roll it out.
It is a very high-quality map of all of Runerin.
How much?
That one, I couldn't let it go for less than 7 gold unless you work out something special with me.
7 gold it is.
No bartering. I'm open to some discussion on price.
I'm like reaching in my pouch, pull out 7 gold. Okay. You have 7 gold.
Not necessary.
Are you sure? We can work out something maybe with Renoux?
out of game. Obviously 8 gold. just bar in the opposite direction.
She takes the gold with a defeated sigh.
And I'm guessing you have nothing of the pass, do you?
Specifically on which pass?
What's it called again?
We're planning on going through Founder's Pass.
Founder's
sometime
Pass,
soon.
yeah.
I've been through Founder's Pass.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, what do you want?
We are going there to investigate what happened to the dwarves and the halfling village we probably want to check out as well. Is there anything we should know? Any...
When I traveled through, the halflings hadn't set up their outpost there yet.
Okay.
Things to know: the road there is not patrolled very far by the guards, so many merchants don't like to head that way. After you get kind of a quarter of the way to Bristleberry Bend, the guards just stop. The pass is dangerous at night. There are barbarians around that are less than friendly. Some of them that are fine. And there's all sorts of just scary sounds at night. I got through there as quick as I could.
Okay.
But I traveled by day.
So... Okay. Is there any other areas we need maps of? Or any place you would recommend getting a map to? A location?
I mean, this map should do you for about wherever you want to go.
Okay.
How detailed is it?
It's fairly detailed. You notice Bristleberry Bend is not on there. But pretty much every place else that you've heard mentioned is on that map.
Including Sarnath.
Yep, Sarnath
Yep, exactly.
Sarnath is on there, and you can tell you are a long ways from Sarnath.
Obviously.
Alright, well. Seems like this is about what we need then, right?
It does indeed. And then all we need is rations.
Yeah.
And then we should be good for tomorrow.
You need rations?
We do need rations.
Dried rations?
Something that would be better, yes.
I have dried rations. They're actually getting to the point where I was about to have to throw them out anyways.
Good food.
I mean, they're old, but I'll give you a good deal on them.
Sounds tasty.
It's dried mushrooms and things like that.
Rations aren't really
I'm
meant to be
fine with
tasty
that.
necessarily.
I'm fine with that as well.
Yeah. As long as it's...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what kind of price can we get for it?
She pulls out a bag of dried mushrooms. Is about that big. A halfway filled bag of dried meat about that big. She digs through her stuff trying to find the rest of it. Maybe I sold the rest. What would you say to 5 silver for the whole thing?
Anyone want to put the bill on that one?
I can manage it.
I got it.
And she slides it over to you.
He's got it.
I got it. Oh, you got
I'm
it?
gonna get it.
So what's the juicy news about town? I hear you guys are the new hot shots.
We are, in fact, the new hot shots.
Thinking about buying a house, settling down here?
Nope.
Come and visit me more often?
Probably not.
Well, you missed it, but earlier, me and another guy got practically naked and dove off a cliff.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? then you didn't really miss anything then.
Yep.
That I made sure to see.
I missed it.
And I was kind of hoping
Me too.
maybe you guys would go down a little skimpier, but I'll take what I can get. She bats her eyes at you
As
again.
far as I know, most places have laws against that sort of thing, but
Oh, I'm sure. I didn't see Huxley there. Sure, it would have been fine.
didn't want to risk it.
What are they going to do? Chase you off the cliff?
Might put me in the stocks for a day or something. I don't know.
As long as they didn't redress you, that could be okay.
Not for me.
Anyways, we have our food, we have our map. I think it's time we leave.
What, you're not enjoying the stimulating conversation?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
As she lays her head
Yeah,
down on
it's
the table, once again defeated.
Something else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
As I go ahead and inspect the rocks and see how long they'll keep.
They're pretty thoroughly dried. You taste some. The taste is off, but not to the point where you don't think it'd be dangerous to eat them. It looks like they'll probably stay edible for quite some time. It's probably just they're getting to the point where the dryness is affecting the flavor.
Ooh, maybe if we keep this up, we'll make enough money that we won't have to eat rations on our trips. I'm just like, I don't know.
What's wrong with rations?
They're not as delicious as cooked food.
We're gonna hire someone
you
to
could
follow
just
us around
hire-
and cook food for us in the wilderness.
Catcher, are you good at cooking?
No.
Maybe.
Can hunt little.
Okay. Do you have, what's your preferred foods?
Nearby.
Sounds good.
I too like things that are nearby as far as food is concerned.
That is better than far away.
Yeah, definitely better than
Near food is better than far food.
Unless far food's really good. I knew a few restaurants. They'd be difficult to get through.
using that word.
What, restaurant?
Yeah.
It means a place to eat, where they serve food. That does not also serve, rooms. It's not an inn. It's not quite a tavern.
Anyways, so it seems like we're more or less ready for this
Yeah.
thing.
As you guys get close to the tavern again, you see that Joffer is in the middle of one of his performances. As you guys get close, the elf looks at you and goes,
I'd like to go up there.
he scoots a few of the kids back. He unrolls a nice little carpet.
It's awesome.
Good
Oh,
seating.
Christ.
You did
And-
pay for it.
He's performing King Rook in the battle against the Jokroff.
Oh, I love this one.
And it's the story of the king when he was, and he's still pretty young, when he was much younger, fighting a massive legendary troll. And it's mainly kind of an action telling with this very large puppet. You can tell it's one of the puppets that you stick your hand in. And King Rook's puppet, it's always holding this two-handed axe. And he looks like he's controlling it with one hand, and as he switches it always goes... And he tells the story with a great deal of drama to it. And at the end, the curtains close and the kids begin clapping.
But not nearly as loud as Calyx.
It's like,
No one's
It's
as loud as
like,
Kaios.
awesome.
I appreciate the man's art. It is well done for the people it is meant to entertain.
It's well done for what it is.
At the end, the elf comes up to you. I hope that you feel like you got your money's worth.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh, Renoux's family at Carney's is fantastic.
What?
I think we may have confused something.
Wait,
here.
you're related to him, aren't you? You got the same shield.
Me
and stuff?
and him?
Yeah.
He's clearly a elf with very pale features.
You look exactly alike.
With who are?
I can't see
How
this.
many fingers am I holding up? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Vasselin.
Oh, sorry.
It's good to meet you. I'm what's called an elf.
Oh, that's
You
right.
can see us by the pointed
Oh,
ears.
the ears. Yeah.
And the general
Yeah.
aloofness, and you'll get a sense of inferiority when you're around us, usually. I imagine I'm giving it off quite well right now.
I'm still waiting for it.
I don't think that'll work on Caius.
Oh, it's okay. I have fun with it.
Okay.
But no, we're not related, and I really don't see where you're getting it.
I think it's just because you had my family's crest on that shield that you had.
Oh, okay.
And because he saw that, he thought that was somehow connected.
I will keep that in mind.
I'm not judging.
No.
That's just a prop that they were using.
You flurry around just like an elf the whole time.
I don't carry
Graceful.
the Albert surname, and am somewhat thankful of it at the moment. Although you seem perfectly fine.
Perhaps it's
Perfectly okay, perhaps.
Should have been there.
He's in
with-
the middle of it, or the beginnings of his tale of
should.
coming back to re-honor his family.
And I look forward to seeing your performances done on the puppet stage and not being played by me as a lament. Although if it is the other way around, I will play it.
You're playing puppets?
No, puppets will be playing him.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of like the king, and they were telling the story about the king.
Oh yeah.
Those are generally kind of real.
As I let Jaffer handle the exciting kitty tales, and in the evening I play the laments and other such songs. We make a nice little business.
That does sound like it would make a good, decent amount of business. Have you ever been, I keep on forgetting the name of this pass.
Founders?
Founders Pass.
Founders Pass.
Have you ever been there?
Oh, I think I might have said it wrong. Forebears Pass.
Everyone change your
Forebear.
notes.
Forebears.
I definitely have Founders Pass written down in more than one place.
I probably said it wrong at least
Is it
once.
Forebears?
Yeah,
Mark that
Forebears.
down.
Forebears Pass. My bad.
Change notes.
Change those.
So have you all been through Forebears Pass before as
Oh,
performers?
no. I know of it because there's stores associated with that area, but there's no purpose to travel it.
Any tales of a creature that prowls at night?
There? Not that I know of.
Okay.
Well, if there are any, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
House Casterland is near there. Perhaps if you wanted to know the details, they might know the records there, but I hear they're a aloof and reclusive bunch.
21 on the sense motive when she said you didn't know of any tales of the creatures.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Here's another impromptu puppet show.
the simple issue is there's nothing on either side of the pass. There's no reason to travel it.
That makes sense. Well, I guess it's time for us to toil away the day. How long do you think, from what I remember, how long did it sound like it would be to do the original task that Huxley had set us out to do for himself? For leaving?
Probably a day.
Probably a day, so probably would take longer than what we have in terms of time.
Likely, yes.
Okay. So we don't have enough time for that. Are we going to just sit around all day?
Sometimes it's good to just simply relax.
I plan
As
on reading.
That's good.
starts playing his violin.
I have other business. I have something I wanted to get done before tomorrow.
I wouldn't mind seeing if someone would be interested in Gandalf. Well, more than one someone's hopefully. Seems like a good thing to do in the tavern. Or in
Around the tavern, makes sense. I am going to go explore around the town.
Unless anyone has anything specific, I think this might be a good time to go ahead and put a cap on this episode.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time, and may your dice always strike true. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into our most recent episode. We're having a great time playing. I hope you guys are really enjoying watching. We're starting to get to know the group a lot better. It looks like they're getting ready for traveling, so we'll get to see more of the world pretty soon. And also the plot seems to be thickening with this Buford character. Of course, if you guys are enjoying, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified when we put out new content. And if you're looking for more hijinks with the Cursed Dice Hero team, check out Chris's Vampire the Master Raid game. A lot of us are players over there in that campaign, including yours truly. But as always, may your dice always strike true.